a Tuesday morning. You're sitting on your bed. You open your banking app, the way you do every morning, with that quiet dread, and you watch the number. It doesn't move. It barely grows. You earn, you spend, you blink, and the number is almost exactly where it started. You feel stuck. Here's the thing about that feeling. It's real. But what it's pointing at is wrong. You're not stuck because you're failing. You're stuck because you haven't started. And there's a version of you, same income, same city, same life, who started at exactly this age and is going to end up in a completely different place. That version starts today. His name doesn't matter. Call him whatever you want. Call him you. He's 21. He earns an ordinary salary. After rent, food, and the usual bleeding of modern life, he has about 150 pounds left at the end of each month, some months less. He's been telling himself he'll start investing when he has more. When things settle, when he understands it better. He's been saying that for 2 years. One evening, bored, he runs a number, a stupid, simple number. He types it into a compound interest calculator, the kind you can find free online in 30 seconds. He types 150 pounds a month, 7% annual return, 44 years. He stares at the result, 1.1 million pounds. He types it again, same result. He checks the calculator. He finds another one, same answer. He sits back, 150 pounds a month, the cost of a gym membership he doesn't use, and 2 nights out he barely remembers. And over a lifetime, it becomes 7 figures. Not because he's clever, not because he works harder, just because time does what time does when you let it. He doesn't feel excitement. He feels something colder, more precise. He feels the weight of the years he already waited. The next morning, he opens a stocks and shares ISA, not a pension, not a trading account, not some app promising 20% monthly returns, a plain, boring ISA. 20 minutes, a few details, done. Then he pauses. What do I actually buy? This is where most people disappear into paralysis. The forums, the Reddit threads, the YouTube rabbit holes. He goes down all of them. He loses 3 weeks to research that, in the end, doesn't change the answer. The answer is simple, offensively simple. He picks a global index fund, FTSE All World. Expense ratio, 0.22%. He reads what it means. He's buying a tiny slice of thousands of companies across the world. If humanity keeps building things, keeps trading, keeps producing, this grows. If it doesn't, no investment on earth was going to save him anyway. He sets up a direct debit, 150 pounds. First of every month. He doesn't tell anyone. It feels too small to mention, too ordinary to celebrate. That's fine. Most things that matter feel like that at the start. Month 1. He invests 150 pounds. The fund goes up slightly. He checks it every day. Month 3. He's down 40 pounds. The market wobbled. He feels it in his chest. That irrational, specific panic of watching your own money shrink. His finger hovers over the sell button. He doesn't sell. Month 6. He's back where he started roughly. 6 months of investing, and the number's almost exactly what he put in. This he thinks is pointless. It isn't. But it feels that way. Because compounding doesn't perform for an audience. It doesn't reward early attention. In the first years, it looks almost completely flat. A long, boring, horizontal line. You feel like nothing is happening. You feel like you've been patient and received nothing for it. This is the part where most people quit. And quitting here is the single most expensive financial mistake a young person can make. Not because of what they've lost, because of what they've given up. He doesn't quit. He does something harder. He stops checking. Once a month. That's the rule he sets. Check once, see the number, close the app, move on. He's 24 now. His portfolio sits at around 6,000 pounds. 3 years, 150 pounds a month, and a bit of market growth. He's contributed 5,400 pounds. The fund has added about 600 pounds on top of that. 600 pounds. 3 years of patience. He could have made more in a week with overtime. He knows this, and he holds it alongside something else. The knowledge that the 6,000 pounds he has now is working. It is generating returns on returns, slowly, invisibly, but it's happening. Then the market crashes. 30% in 6 weeks. Global news. Panic everywhere. His 6,000 pounds becomes 4,200 pounds. He watches it happen in slow motion. 1,800 pounds. Gone. Not in bad trades, not in mistakes. Just gone because the market decided it was afraid. His stomach drops. He reads the forums. Half say sell everything. Half say buy more. He reads the history instead. 2000, 2008, 2020. Every crash, every recovery, every chart that ends higher than it started. He does two things. He doesn't sell, and he increases his contribution to 200 pounds a month. He tells himself it's rational, that he's buying the same fund at a 30% discount, that this is just maths. It doesn't feel rational. It feels terrifying. He does it anyway. 12 months later, his portfolio is at 8,500 pounds. The crash is gone. The recovery has arrived, and he's put in more money during the dip than he did in any previous year. He made his first real investor decision, under pressure, with real money, in real fear, and he held. He's 31 now, 10 years. His salary has grown, not dramatically, but enough. He's increased his contributions twice. He now puts in 300 pounds a month. The direct debit runs in the background. He almost never thinks about it. His portfolio, 68,000 pounds. He sits with that number. He can remember clearly with the kind of sharpness that matters. Sitting on his bed at 21, watching his banking app show nothing, he can remember feeling stuck, late, like the game had already started without him. Now he has 68,000 pounds. Not because he's exceptional, because he started and stayed. Here's the thing about 68,000 pounds at 31. It's not the number that matters. It's the compounding trajectory it's on. At 7% annual return, that money doubles roughly every 10 years without him adding a single extra pound. Without adding anything more, that 68,000 pounds becomes 136,000 pounds by 41, 272,000 pounds by 51, 544,000 pounds by 61. That's before his monthly contributions, which have been growing every year and will compound alongside it. The line is no longer flat. He can feel the curve beginning. He's at dinner with a friend, mid-30s, smart, successful by most measures. His friend says, "I keep meaning to start investing. I just want to wait until things are more stable." He looks at his friend for a moment. He knows this conversation. He was in this conversation. He knows exactly what waiting for stability means. It means waiting for a feeling of readiness that never arrives. Because the market is never stable. The future is never certain. And the feeling of being ready is not a prerequisite for starting. It's a reward for having started. He doesn't say any of that. Not all of it. He just says, the waiting costs more than you think. His friend nods. Doesn't really hear it. He says nothing more. You can't compress a decade of compound growth into a dinner conversation. You can't hand someone the feeling of watching fear lose to discipline and come out richer for it. They have to run the numbers themselves. They have to sit with their own calculator and see their own results stare back at them. Some people do, most don't. He used to wonder why. Now he doesn't. Because starting is uncomfortable. It requires facing the number you actually have, not the number you wish you had. It requires making a decision before you feel qualified. It requires watching your money shrink in the short term and not treating that as evidence you made a mistake. Most people aren't afraid of investing. They're afraid of the discomfort that beginning requires. Here's the full picture now. He's been investing for 10 years. He's held through 2 crashes. He's automated the process, increased when he could, and never once made a clever trade. He bought the world. He waited. That's all. And the irony, the one that only becomes visible in retrospect, is that the hardest part was never the market. It was never the volatility, the crashes, the bad months. The hardest part was the beginning, when the numbers were small and the results were invisible, and it felt, genuinely felt, like nothing was happening. That feeling was wrong. Something was happening. It just had the manners not to announce itself. At 21, You don't invest for the returns you'll see at 25. You invest so that at 35, you have something that's been compounding for 14 years. You invest so that at 45, you have an asset base large enough to weather anything. You invest so that at 65, the graph looks like something impossible. A vertical climb built from 2 decades of quiet, boring, consistent decisions. You will not feel the compound interest working. That's the point. The moment you stop watching it is the moment it starts doing its best work. So here you are, still on your bed probably, banking app open, the number sitting there, not moving. The decision isn't complicated, it never was. Open the account, pick the global index fund, set the direct debit, make it automatic so it doesn't require willpower, because willpower runs out and systems don't. Don't wait for more money. Don't wait for a better market. Don't wait until you've read everything and feel certain. Certainty is a story we tell ourselves after the fact. You will never feel certain. Start anyway. The version of you at 45 is being built right now by the choices you make this week. He doesn't know your name yet. He doesn't know what you'll earn or where you'll live or who you'll become. But he will feel the weight of this moment, either as the day you started or the day you almost did. You're 21. You have time. Stop wasting it.